Why your best employees leave first. The hidden cost of taking great employees for granted. Most leaders assume the employee who's always late, calls out, and does the minimum amount of work is the employee most likely to quit. But in many companies, it's actually the opposite. Welcome to EdgeOps Virtual Consulting, where we discuss leadership, operations, and building stronger teams. Today, we're discussing why some of your most loyal, dependable, and reliable employees are often the first to walk away. Let's meet two employees. Employee A is always late, calls out a lot, and does only what's required. Employee B arrives early, stays late when the team needs help, rarely misses work, covers shifts, helps others, and can always be counted on. At first glance, it seemed obvious which employee the company should invest in. But over time, something interesting happens. Both employees receive the same schedule, the same treatment, and often the same opportunities, despite having very different levels of commitment. Why? Think about that for a moment. One employee constantly goes above and beyond, the other does only what is required. Yet both are treated exactly the same. The lower employee calls out once. Now let's take the one step further. Maybe imagine that lower employee finally has an emergency. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they have a family issue. Maybe something unexpected happens. For the first time, or maybe even years, they call out. Instead of receiving understanding, they hear things like, "We really need you. You're letting the team down. Nobody else can do your job. We can't find coverage. You have to come in." At that moment, something changes. The employee realized that their extra effort was expected, never appreciated. Great employees don't usually leave because of one bad day. They leave after feeling taken for granted for too long. Now, why do you think this employee wants to leave? Why would they stay? Let's unpack that for a moment. This employee begins to feel unappreciated. They begin to feel like they are receiving extra assignments simply because management knows that they will get the job done. They are asked to stay late. They are asked to cover shifts. They are asked to train more employees. They are expected to carry more responsibilities. And it seems that poor performance is tolerated. Meanwhile, the employee who's constantly arriving late, calling out, or failing to meet expectations often receive the same treatment and same opportunities. Why? Why? Because management may feel they cannot afford to lose them. There's nobody to replace them. So poor performance becomes tolerated, while higher performance becomes expected. Hard work is expected, not rewarded. But is that fair? What message does that send to the rest of the team? The message becomes hard work is expected but not rewarded. Over time, your best employee begins to ask themselves an important question. If my extra effort doesn't matter, why am I giving it? This is where great employees begin to need to check out long before they physically leave. As leaders, we must ask ourselves, what type of culture are we creating? Are we rewarding reliability? Are we recognizing effort? Are we holding everyone accountable to the same standards? Or are we unintentionally teaching our team that performance doesn't matter? If we want our companies to be places where people want to work, we must create an environment where employees feel valued, appreciated, developed, and recognized for their contributions. People are more likely to stay where they feel respected. The goal is not to make employees work hard. The goal is to build a culture where employees want to give their best because they know their effort matters. I'm Carissa with EdgeOps Virtual Consulting. If you ever seen a great employee leave because they felt taken for granted, or you yourself have left because you felt taken for granted, let me know in the comments. And if you find value in this video, consider subscribing for more leadership or operation insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.